Good evening. The dunes are changed by the wind, but the desert never changes. That's the way it will be with our love for each other. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital Intermedical Centers. I am Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. The 146th Assembly of the Interparliamentary Union made emergency resolution to end crisis in conflict zones. His Majesty the King received 146th Interparliamentary Union Assembly delegations. Saudi Arabia ranked first globally in Digital Information Society 2023. 5-hour working day in Saudi government sector during Ramadan. FIFA approved 2026 World Cup format with a record 104 matches. News in detail. The 146th Assembly of the Interparliamentary Union made emergency resolution to end crisis in conflict zones. International parliamentarians have agreed on a 24-article emergency resolution to help end the humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan, Syria, Ukraine, Yemen, and other conflict-ridden countries. It has been approved by the majority of parliamentary delegations convening in Manama for the Interparliamentary Union's 146th Assembly, which concluded today at Exhibition World, Bahrain. His Majesty the King received 146th Interparliamentary Union Assembly delegations. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa yesterday received heads of parliaments and other delegations taking part in the 146th Interparliamentary Union Assembly, currently held in Bahrain in the presence of officials from 143 countries worldwide. His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, attended at Al Sakhir Palace. In a speech delivered on this occasion, His Majesty the King welcomed personally Bahrain's esteemed guests, commended the long-standing role played by the Interparliamentary Union in achieving peace and cooperation and working for a stable and prosperous world for all humanity. He reiterated Bahrain's commitment to support human values embraced by civil society for the stability and development of the state of law through its constitutional institutions. His Majesty the King described the Interparliamentary Union Assembly as an ideal opportunity to highlight Bahrain's bicameral system, which has achieved tangible strides and contributes to national development. He also noted the role of Bahrain's legislative system in maintaining the pillars of a tolerant society, which is open to a changing world and modern civilization. Cultural and intellectual currents. His Majesty the King praised the efforts made by parliamentarians who reflect popular will to achieve people's hopes and aspirations and protect their interests. His Majesty the King expressed thanks to the Council of Representatives Speaker, Shura Council Chairman, Head and members of the organizing committees, wishing them all success to enhance collective legislative work towards building the future in a better way. Transportation Minister discussed cooperation with Indian Minister of Railways, Communications, Electronics and Information. Transportation and Telecommunications Minister Mohammed bin Thamir Al-Kabi held a meeting with the Indian Minister of Railways, Communications, Electronics and Information Technology and discussed joint cooperation. During the meeting, the Minister was updated about India's railways and underground metro projects, stressing the importance of benefiting from its expertise in carrying out the metro and railways projects in the Kingdom of Bahrain. He affirmed Bahrain's keenness on further expanding joint cooperation with the Republic of India, particularly in the sectors of transportation and telecommunications. The meeting was attended by Foreign Ministry Under Secretary for Political Affairs, Dr. Sheikh Abdullah bin Hamad Al Khalifa, Bahrain's Ambassador to India, Abdul Rahman Muhammad Al Qad, and other officials. The premiere of a documentary about Pop's visit to Bahrain screened at Bahrain National Theatre. Bahrain National Theatre has screened the premiere of the documentary Leap of Faith, depicting the historic visit by His Holiness Pope Francis to Bahrain. The Pope visited the kingdom on November 3rd to 6th at an invitation of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. The documentary sheds light on the historic visit's important connotations that confirm Bahrain's deep-rooted messages as a home of human fraternity and peace and as a meeting place for religions, cultures and civilizations. The event was attended by ministers, senior officials, religious leaders and people involved in the making of the documentary. LMRA conducted inspection campaigns in Capital and Muharraq governorates. The Labour Market Regulatory Authority conducted 2 joint inspection campaigns in the Capital Governorate and the Muharraq Governorate on a number of shops and work sites. The campaigns resulted in reporting violations related to the labour market and residency laws. The cases were referred for legal action. LMRI noted that a joint inspection campaign was conducted in the capital governorate in coordination with the Nationality, Passports and Residence Affairs and the governorate's respective police directorate. The other inspection campaign was undertaken in the Mumbai Governorate in coordination with the General Directorate of Crime Detection and Forensic Evidence of the Ministry of Interior. Now we will be back after a very short break.
വാട്ടിയ വാഴയിലയിൽ കുത്തരിച്ചോറും പരിപ്പും
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination. Welcome back. Saudi Arabia ranked first globally in Digital Information Society 2023. Saudi Arabia's Environment, Water and Agricultural Ministry was awarded the Global Summit Prize and the first rank globally in Digital Environment and Electronic Services category, a new global award added to the series of achievements by the ministry, Saudi Presidency reported. Deputy Environment, Water and Agricultural Minister Mansour bin Hilal Al-Mashati said winning the prize comes as culmination of the unlimited support of the country's prudent leadership for the ministry systems according to the objectives of its Digital Transformation Strategy 2030 under the Kingdom's Vision 2030. Al-Olaivi received the award on behalf of Saudi Arabia at a special ceremony held recently at the headquarters of the International Telecommunications Union in Geneva. 5-hour working day in Saudi government sector during Ramadan. The Ministry of Human Resources and Social Development announced on Tuesday that the official working hours during the month of Ramadan shall not exceed 5 hours. The office hours would start at 10 in the morning and end at 3 in the afternoon throughout the days of the holy months. The ministry affirmed that the executive regulations for human resources in the civil service stipulated that working hours in the holy month of Ramadan should not exceed 5 hours, while giving ministers and those in similar positions the authority to make a change in the starting and ending times of official working hours, not exceeding 2 hours from what was stated in the regulation. The regulation stipulated that this authority was given so that government agencies would have flexibility in determining the start of working hours according to work requirements, as well as taking into account peak hours and traffic congestion times. Oman signed agreements worth over 20 billion for green hydrogen projects. Hydrogen Oman Hydrom Company, a subsidiary of Energy Development Oman, today signed 6 term sheet agreements with a number of developers to invest in green hydrogen projects in the Sultanate of Oman to the tune of more than 20 billion Omani Riyal over the next 7 years. These term sheet agreements were signed with developers from Belgium, the Netherlands, the United Kingdom, Japan, Singapore, Germany, India, Kuwait and the United Arab Emirates. The production capacity of these projects reached 15 gigawatts of electricity, built on an area of approximately 1,500 square kilometers in the governorates of Al Wusta and Dhofar. The agreements include contracting for 47 years. Of those, 7 years are for the development and establishment of the projects, and 40 years for operating the projects. Riyadh Air announced first fleet order of 72 Boeing 787-9 Dreamliners. Riyadh Air, the new airline launched by the Public Investment Fund, today announced an order of up to 72 Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner airplanes in a multi-billion-dollar deal. This order of a new carrier includes 39 confirmed aircraft with an option to acquire 33 additional wide-body 787-9 Dreamliner airplanes, so the press agency reported. In total, national carriers today announced their intent to purchase up to 121 787 Dreamliners in what will be the 5th largest commercial order by value in Boeing's history. This will support the country's goal of serving 330 million passengers and attracting 100 million visits by 2030. FIFA approved 2026 World Cup format with a record 104 matches. The 2026 World Cup will have 104 matches instead of the traditional 64 games due to the expanded format with 48 teams taking part. Global soccer governing body FIFA said ahead of its Congress in Kigali, Rwanda. The 2026 edition, which will be co-hosted by the United States, Canada and Mexico, will be the first edition of the quadrennial tournament where 48 teams are taking part. The final will be held on July 19th, Reuters reported. The new format will also stick to drawing 4 teams in a group after a proposal for 16 groups of 3 was shot down over fears of collision in the final group game. However, the number of groups will increase from 8 to 12. The original plan for the 2026 edition had a total of 80 matches, but the decision to increase the number of games to 104 was approved by FIFA's council at a meeting on Tuesday. Traditionally, the top 2 teams from each group advanced to the last 16, but the 2026 edition will also have the 8 best third-place teams moving into the knockout round of 32. The FIFA Council unanimously approved the proposed amendment to the FIFA World Cup 2026 competition format, FIFA said. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.